What's up everybody? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 10 darkest moments in cartoons. Growing up, a lot of our favorite cartoons were known to cross the line when it came to dark and unsettled themes. Animators must really love scaring the life out of kids because there are a lot of terrifying moments in cartoons that are not scary. Here's my top 10 picks for this list, so let's dive in. Number 10. At Adventure Time, What Happened to Ugly Johnny? In the episode, Bad Timing, Princess Bubblegum creates a small time machine and Lumpy Space Princess begs her to send her back in time so that she can reconnect with her boyfriend Brad. Princess Bubblegum tells her no, that it doesn't really work that way and gets attacked by LSP. Angry and depressed, LSP goes to a bar and runs into an old friend that she refers to as Ugly Johnny. She seems to like him and even goes back to his place to spend the night. The next day, Johnny tells her that he has a business interview with Princess Bubblegum, which causes LSP to become jealous and she goes on a rampage, setting up the candy castle on fire. As the fire spreads, Johnny hides underneath the table, and when LSP finds him, she decapitates him with a time machine and loses him in time.
I'm going to time travel you back to when we first met at the tavern. Back to when you loved me, so we can have a second chance.
What?
Near the ending, we can see Johnny appear on the border of the timeline on the screen. Even though he's good and alive, it's kinda sad and terrifying knowing that he's trapped in there forever. Number 9. BRAVESTARR, Suspense. In the episode, The Prize, there's this sketchy looking coyote in a suit walking around selling a drug called Suspense that is extremely deadly and addicting. When he offers some to Brad and Jay, Brad quickly backs out, claiming that he knows about the Suspense and how deadly it is, but Jay calls him chicken and takes it anyways. Jay quickly becomes addicted to Spin and goes as far as stealing from his own mother just to buy more. At the end, when Brad goes looking for Jay, he finds him on the floor dead from an overdose.
I'll call Doc Clayton. Don't bother. It's too late.
Oh no! Jay! Oh no! Oh, Jay! Oh, Jay!
Death in cartoons can be very sad and dark, especially when it involves a kid and his mother crying out for him. Number 8. The Powerpuff Girls Creepy Clown Doll. After defeating a giant monster, the girls go home and get themselves ready for bedtime. As the professor tells them goodnight, he turns off their nightlight, which causes Bubbles to become paranoid and scared. As she looks around her dark room, she suddenly sees a creepy ass clown doll sitting on a chair smiling at her.
Or shortage. Good night.
That clown doll is pure nightmare fuel. That blank stare and exaggerated smile sends chills down my spine. I would not like to have that toy in my room. Number 7. Courage the Cowardly Dog, Creepy Nephew Fred. When Muriel's nephew Fred suddenly comes over to visit them for a holiday, Courage does not like it and gets this weird vibe coming from him. Muriel then tells Courage to show Fred the bathroom, and when he does, Eustace comes and locks the door, trapping Courage inside with Fred. Inside, Fred is staring at Courage with that creepy smile on his face, when suddenly he starts complimenting his fur in a weird way. He then grabs Courage and starts shaving off his fur.
The look upon my young love's face was sweet as lace.
This episode gives off a weird and unsettled vibe. His fetish about cutting hair is weird as hell. I know Fred is not a monster or a ghost, but he still is creepy and terrifying, especially the way he says naughty. Number 6. Flapjack, I'm 38 years old. In the episode, Old Brother, Flapjack wants to play with Kev Knuckles, but he states that he's tired and that they can play later on. Bored and sad, Flapjack then asks Bobby where the babies come from, and she tells him they come from seaweed. Flapjack then goes and looks for a pile of seaweed and picks up a bird, confusing him for a baby. He then goes and enjoys his day with his new friend, taking him to eat ice cream and get a haircut. By the end, the bird flies away and Flapjack is left back alone and sad, when suddenly a little kid appears and tells Flapjack he'll play with him. Flapjack, annoyed by him, tells him to grow up, and the kid replies in his grown man voice, stating he's 38 years old.
Game. You win! You win! You win! You win!
You need to grow up.
Grow up? I'm 38 years old.
This creepy looking little kid caught a lot of us off guard, leaving us feeling weird and unsettled after seeing a close-up of his creepy old self. Number 5. My life as a teenage robot exoskin comes to life. In the episode, The Return of the Raggedy Android, Jenny wants to go to Mesmer's, but the owner for some reason has a strict no robots policy and kicks her out. Desperate to get back in, Jenny goes home and looks for her old human exoskin that her mother made for her. Her mother tells her that she's been upgrading the suit and shows it to her. When Jenny picks up the suit, it forces itself onto her and attaches to her body. Now looking like a normal girl, she goes back to Mesmer's and enjoys her day with Brad. When she goes back home and takes off the suit to go to sleep, the suit becomes possessed, drags itself up to her, and attaches onto her while she sleeps. This scene looks like something out of The Conjuring. The suit literally moves on its own and has its own conscience. If I were Jenny, I would have burned that thing. Number 4. Rugrats, Monster Under the Bed. In the episode, Under Chucky's Bed, Chucky's dad wants to surprise him with a new bed and gets rid of his old crib, which causes Chucky to freak out and become paranoid. On his first night, his dad tells him everything's going to be fine, tells him good night, and turns off his light. As Chucky tries to go to sleep, he suddenly hears a creepy voice saying, "Hi Chucky," that freaks him out. When he calms down, he takes a peek underneath his bed, and that's when he sees the green boogeyman.
There's no such things as monsters. There's no such...
As adults, this might not be dark or creepy anymore, but I remember this used to freak me out when I was younger, to the point where I couldn't sleep alone. Number 3. Invader Sim, Robot Eyeballs. In the episode, Bestest Friend, the kids at school start questioning why Sim has no friends. Sim then becomes worried that his lack of friends will expose his identity as an alien, so he befriends this weird kid named Keith who becomes obsessed with Sim. After becoming tired of Keith, Sim dismisses him and states that he no longer requires Keith's services. Keith, however, fails to receive the message and proceeds to stalk Sim. In a final attempt to get rid of Keith, Sim gives him a present that removes his eyeballs in a gruesome fashion and replaces them with new robot eyeballs.
For me? Oh, you are my bestest friend. Thank you, Sim.
Keith.
Yes.
I kinda feel bad for Keith. He just wanted a friend, but instead got his eyeballs pulled out in a savagely way. Sim is cold-hearted. Number 2. Jimmy Neutron, Alien Grannies. In the episode, One of Us, Carl tells Jimmy that Sheen's been acting pretty weird lately. Just then, Sheen comes along with an exaggerated blank smile on his face and tells the two that he watched a show called The Happy Show and that it made him feel happy. He then tells Jimmy and Carl that they should also watch the show tonight. The next day, Jimmy notices that everyone has that same exaggerated smile that Sheen had, and they keep telling him about The Happy Show. Betty even invites him over to her house to watch it together, which Jimmy couldn't refuse. When he gets to Betty's house, he peeks through her window and notices that she's being hypnotized by the show. When he runs to find help, he sees that the whole town is not hypnotized except for Cindy, who hasn't watched the show. He grabs her and they fly away to find where the show's being broadcast. After finding the location, they confront this old lady named Grandma Taters, and Jimmy unhypnotized the whole town. Grandma Taters apologized and states that she just wanted to make everyone happy. She then says that she gotta go home and signals a UFO to pick her up that is also filled with other grannies that look like her. But before she leaves, she looks back at them one more time and flashes them this diabolical face.
Come in for some muffins and brain juice. We'll be back.
This jump scare caught a lot of us by surprise, scaring the soul out of your body. Her pale face, black eyes, and demonic voice is bone-chilling. Number 1. Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Face Collector. When Aang is in the spirit world looking for the moon and ocean spirit, Ruko tells him that those spirits are ancient and can no longer help him out. He then tells him about another spirit named Ko that can probably help him out, but to be careful since Ko is a dangerous spirit who can steal your face. When Aang approaches a tall dried up tree, he notices another spirit in the form of a monkey with no face, letting him know that he's close. Aang, terrified but determined, enters the hollow tree, calling out to Ko. Suddenly, Ko, with a large centipede-like body and demonic face, appears in front of Aang as he switches to different faces.
Why did he or I try to kill you?
Oh, it was something about stealing the face of someone you loved.
This demonic spirit has to be one of the scariest things made for a cartoon. Imagine if this thing steals your face and uses it as one of its own. Pure nightmare fuel. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Also, if you have any topics you want me to touch on, leave them in the comments too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See y'all next time.